We have been following the case against former state representative Austin McCollum. McCollum resigned from his House 8 district seat, which covers parts of Benton County. This after his arrest on August 1st. He is charged with aggravated assault, domestic battery, and false imprisonment. McCollum, though, is the only candidate running for Benton County Judge this November. And under Arkansas law, his options to withdraw from that race are very limited. 5 News reporter Taylor Howard joining us now to talk about how or what happens from here and what Benton County voters need to know about this tonight. Taylor.
Yeah, Darren, and there are a lot of what ifs here. The Benton County Election Commission and a justice of the peace gave us some clarity on the process. So we put it together in a timeline from now to November and then to January when the next term for Benton County Judge starts. Right now, under Arkansas law, there are 4 circumstances that would allow for a vacancy in Austin McCollum's nomination: serious illness, death, moving outside the area he's running to represent, or filing to run for another office. If none of those happen, the election moves forward. Kim Dennison with the Benton County Election Commission says the county clerk has already certified its list of candidates. McCollum is unopposed, so if he remains a candidate through Election Day, he's on track to take over Benton County Judge's position. Then we move to January. Benton County Justice of the Peace Joel Jones says McCollum would have another decision to make before taking office.
He can not take his oath of office, or he can take his oath and resign.
Jones says he wants McCollum to make his intentions clear now.
The citizens of Benton County should know the intentions for that. He hasn't come out publicly and said anything, so we should know. He ran for, what he said was the good of Benton County and its citizens. Continue to do that.
He says that also matters for the people who could be responsible for finding a replacement. If McCollum doesn't take the oath or takes it and resigns, Jones says the quorum court would declare the seat vacant and begin the appointment process.
We'd want time to evaluate potential candidates, interview them, bring them, in public. Talk to them, ask them questions.
But if McCollum is elected and chooses to take office, Jones says the quorum court has very limited power to stop him.
There's nothing legal there that I know of. He can take the oath, he can serve until the legal system takes its course.
Jones says a no confidence vote has no legal weight, and until McCollum makes his plans clear, he says they're left waiting.
Just let us know. We deserve to know what your intentions are for the office of county judge.
And Darren, Jones tells me McCollum would have 10 days after January 1st to take the oath. If he doesn't, Jones says the quorum court could then declare the seat vacant and start the process of appointing someone to fill it. Darren.
Wow. All right. So, Taylor, hypothetically, if the quorum court does declare a vacancy in January, what about any names that have been floated around that could be appointed to it?
Well, Darren, he told me there have been some names floated around, but he hasn't personally started talking with any potential candidates yet. He said they want time to vet potential appointees and make sure they have some knowledge of county government before making that decision. That's why Jones says they want to know what McCollum's plans are. Darren.
Yeah, right now they do. All right, Taylor, thanks for that report tonight. We have just learned the Arkansas Supreme Court has unanimously dismissed an appeal over the Secretary of State's decision to reject the petition signatures for the group For Our People. The group submitted more than 108,000 signatures for the Arkansas ballot measure rights amendment. They sought to strengthen the citizen initiative process, including limiting Arkansas lawmakers' ability to change voter-approved measures. But Secretary of State's office said the petition form used a different popular name than the one approved. While citing other issues, the ruling leaves the rejection in place. All new tonight, we have obtained the body cam footage of the public intoxication arrest of Oklahoma Secretary of State. Secretary Benjamin LaPock was arrested last Friday at a McDonald's in Edmond, Oklahoma. Police say they got a 911 call saying LaPock appeared drunk and they were concerned he could cause harm if he drove away. Well, the officer said in his report LaPock had extremely slurred speech and the smell of alcohol on his breath. In the body cam video, the officer questions him on his speech and his balance.
I went to church tonight, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of communion.
What's that?
Why are you slurring your words? You're off balance, clearly intoxicated. What's going on?
I'm not off balance.
Okay.
I went to church tonight because of a bunch of dads at the church
Okay.
had a gathering.
Okay.
Well, Pack was previously arrested for driving with an open container 5 years ago. State Attorney General is calling for LePac to be fired. The governor has not responded publicly just yet. Another police department dropping its agreement with Flock Safety. Farmington Police announcing the decision after an audit uncovered multiple issues with some of the license plate cameras. The department said a camera at Creekside Park could actually see onto private property. They say those camera angles were adjusted, but false license plate alerts and changes to data access have also raised red flags. Farmington sent a notice to Flock last month. It would not renew the contract. Cameras remain installed, but officers do not have access to them. Pea Ridge, Cabot, Centerton, and Mayflower have also paused or ended those Flock contracts. After the Fayetteville City Council passed regulations on data centers, it has passed another round of new requirements. The city's Ordinance Review Committee today took a look at the first ordinance and determined some rules needed to be strengthened. Some have to do with additional reporting requirements. Other requires battery-powered generators as the main backup for electricity. A city attorney said more regulations could come in the future. Council members said in the meantime, this is a better start.
There were items that we did not feel like we could adequately address, so we felt like it was important for us to go ahead, and even though we have a good ordinance in place, we felt it was important that we significantly strengthen it, and I think we have done that.
Again, we do not know of any proposed data center projects in Northwest Arkansas. The only one being built right now is down near Clarksville. Bentonville School District says Evening Star Elementary is full. It is now working on a project to expand the school's capacity. School board approved hiring an architect last night to develop new additions. Initial plans, according to district documents, would add 7 classrooms and more than 9,000 square feet to the school. School district says early estimates have the project costing about $6 million.
It was important that this addition ends up with at least one more kindergarten classroom. So we're talking about taking that gifted and talented space and occupational therapy space, combining those square feet to create an additional kindergarten classroom that is with the kindergarten wing.
School board plans to vote on the final price in the spring. They expect construction to be complete by the fall of 2028. The district also raised pay for bus drivers last night. Meanwhile, school security was the topic of discussion today at the Arkansas Capitol. A company presented a new safety feature, drones that respond to active shooter emergencies. Maya Ellison reports tonight. Watch the demonstration along with lawmakers who had questions about cost and accountability.
At the Capitol Wednesday, a company pitching drones as new school security tools made its case to Arkansas lawmakers. Campus Guardian Angel says their drones can respond within seconds when a campus faces an active shooter emergency.
So what we're doing is we're using drones with less lethal effects to protect schools and to stop active shooters if they were to come into a school.
CEO Justin Marston says the drones would wait in locked docks on campus, then be piloted remotely from Texas after an alert. They're designed to use light, sound, and pepper-based deterrents, all while sending video to law enforcement.
If they're trying to get from point A to point B, they go pretty fast. As they get close to the, maybe the classroom that they're trying to get into, they're going to start to slow down. And then once we find the assailant, it depends on what he's doing as to how we're going to kind of apply the effects.
We take all the video streams and we only look at them during the event, but that's how we build up situational awareness of what's happening through a shared common operating picture. We share that with law enforcement, but that's how we can see, we have like a Mission Impossible view of what's happening in the school.
Now for the company, it's a new way to buy first responders time, but for lawmakers, it's a new set of questions.
Legal liability, what their capabilities are from a lethal, non-lethal standpoint.
I mean, we're learning and reading and trying to gather information, but drone technology's been around for a while and is being used in a lot of different applications.
Marston tells me a part of that conversation all comes down to how much would this really cost.
Around $40 for the whole year, and so an 80,000 square foot school would be $20K a year.
With programs in Florida and Georgia, officials say they hope to add Arkansas to the list. But for now, The technology may be flying around, but whether this becomes a bigger part of school security across the state is still up in the air.
Our goal is that this just becomes part of history and nobody really thinks about it and talks about it anymore.
That was Maya Ellison reporting. Fort Smith Mayor George McGill officially issuing a proclamation for a special election for the November midterms. Voters in Fort Smith will get to decide on changing the city's form of government. Took city directors 3 times to pass this measure, which they finally did last night. City attorney said the group behind the citizen-led petition should withdraw it so there is not any legal hurdles. Sebastian County will hold its ballot draw this coming Monday.